Welcome to Tennis Spin, where we put our spin on your tennis. Guys, check it out. The portable stringer. This happens to be my buddy Chris is here, and he takes it on tour with him when he goes out and plays matches internationally or in the States. He's going to show me how this thing works. I've heard a lot about it, but I've never actually seen one. So Chris is also going to show me how he strings a racket with this thing. So we got the actual machine here, and we got him a little table that he can string on. So I'm going to let Chris take it out and tell me what all the parts consist of here.
Before I do that, really quickly, so yeah, it's founded by a former player too as well from New Zealand, Ruben Statham. He's done a good job with these small line stringers. That helps save a ton of money on the tour, so shout out to Ruben. And yeah, let me go ahead and just get started with this. So really, as you can see, everything fits in here. Well, what I have, because I bought it out when I was in Europe, I have my own power adapter. So you have to buy that separately. Sorry, there's a few things, but you have the power cords too as well, power block.
It's like a computer so far.
Exactly. I've got these clamps too that go with it. This is kind of like the base clamp that supports the racket, and then here are all the other separate tools too as well. And I guess the biggest main thing is the
motor.
The motor right here. So you can see it's really portable. And this is where you just loop the string around to get it.
It's actually not that bad. This might be like 3-4 pounds, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe not even that much.
Yeah, it's really easy to, as a carry-on to go through. Maybe I would suggest maybe putting like the clamp or the what do you call it? The pliers and whatever you have else that you need to cut the strings with, like separately, and maybe your check-in, so that way they don't take it away during security check.
Right.
But I've not had any experiences where they would like, no, what is this? You can't go through.
Yeah,
so.
It could be a bomb.
Yeah,
right? That could be a bomb.
Yeah, but I haven't had any bad experiences where they're like, you can't bring this through. So all of what you see here can go through the gate really easily, and yeah.
All right, let's set it up.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, so we moved to a different position because we realized that we had to plug it into a wall with a closer wall socket. So Chris is putting it together right now. So we're clamping this thing to the table so we could stabilize everything. That's a post, and those are what's going to hold the rackets in. I'm just guessing because yep, that's how it works.
I don't want to like warp this new,
Yeah, so we're making some final adjustments to make sure we don't warp the new racket or crack it. Because we're going to be putting, what are we trying to put, Coach, about 50-something pounds on it?
Yeah, not that much. No, not 57, but definitely around, I would say 50, 52, because I'm going to be playing with it, so.
Right, so 52.
Yeah.
Making some final adjustments to make sure it's nice and tight in the racket so the frame doesn't move too much. We got the new Confidential in 16 gauge because I don't want him breaking my strings since he already broke the string that was on there. But that's okay. He's my buddy. So 2-piece, I guess?
Yes.
Okay, so Chris just took out some tools. We got the little plier here, and this is Chris's cutter. Right, he can cut your nails with it too. All right, life of a touring pro.
So I normally do 4 arms length. I can go a little bit shorter because this is a pro stringer, so you don't have to be too worried about any mistakes or anything like that. So I go maybe 3 3/4 or something like that. So that way, I just know from just stringing so many times that works for me. So just use nail clippers and just cut it. And then what I'll do first is I'll thread it through the bottom. And then...
While you're doing that.
Yeah, sorry. Make sure that...
No pressure, okay? No pressure.
No pressure.
But we're gonna test the tension after we're done.
Of course. Sure. No problem. So are you testing it for...
Just how accurate it is.
How accurate it is, right?
Yeah.
This thing?
Yeah.
Okay. In order to... Okay, so let me just... Sorry, guys.
Oh, yeah.
Just gonna go... Alright, so that's cool length. So for this, I think there are other models that have like a digital readout, but for this one, like it's pretty manual. So tension is right here to adjust it, and then on the side you can kind of see where as you move it to increase it or to decrease it, right? So and you know, obviously it's spread in between, so if I wanted to go a little tighter, it's 50, it's in pounds obviously.
Okay.
So yeah, 55, so I'm maybe looking for a little bit less, so I might put it in between there, but if you can kind of see it.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's kind of like an Echelon H.
Yeah.
You kind of have to guesstimate a little bit.
Yeah. And see the tension, so maybe that would be around like 52 or something, or maybe less than that, or 50 maybe, or something like that. So yeah.
Okay.
And how did you want me to just... Okay, so how do you start this off? I guess.
Let's proceed. Yep.
So I start off by tensioning it in the middle, or I clamp it in the middle, because this is was it a flyweight? I forgot what.
Yeah, it's a floating clamp.
A floating clamp, yeah. So it's a bit different from what you see, and what I do is I make sure that this thing is secured in here.
Yeah, it's a floating clamp because it literally floats because the string tension's holding it up.
Mm-hmm. And then with the pro stringers, you need to... What I do is I'll go to the other side, so I'll thread this through in here, and then thread it through in here, and then I'll go and do that on the other side too as well.
So this is what we call in the stringer world as pre-stringing.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Setting it up. Alright. Thanks. Yeah, you can just hold that for me. Yep, perfect. So there you go. And for what I do is any side would be perfect too as well. So we'll just go with this side first. I guess this is right in the middle, right? This is my first time stringing the Babolat right here, so
Yep,
I just want to make
right
sure.
In the middle.
Is that
as
is
far
the
as
string
I can see.
in?
That looks good to me.
Okay. Perfect. It looks like it's
And back. Yep.
flush.
That looks
Good. Like, is that threaded through in the middle?
No, that looks good to me.
Okay.
Yep.
Perfect. So what I do, is obviously if Andrew's not here, this thing would probably fall to the side, which is okay, because when the tension comes through, it'll just, you know, stand right up by itself. But what I do is I'll thread it through here first, and then here, so that I know that the string is kind of like getting there, and then I'll just tighten right there.
Oh wow.
So maybe I'll give it a little bit of a squeeze here too as well, just to make sure that the tension is there, and get a little bit more good. And I'll take the clamp, I'll clamp it closer to this side here.
So is the racket actually holding this so it doesn't move?
No, so this is it. It's just flush against the frame right here. So then I'll just...
Oh, I see. I see.
Yeah.
Because I thought we had to bolt this down too.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Yeah, so this one is pretty mobile as you string. So I'll go to the other side, do the same thing here on this side too as well.
Oh, so you're moving the head around.
Mm-hmm. So what I'll do is I'll move it around here, and then tighten it here on this side too as well. Give it a few, just to make sure that, yeah, it's good and secure. And then what I'll do is I'll take this clamp out, the one in the middle, push it a little bit just to give it, yeah, and it's okay if it moves, just so I can.
You want it to move.
Exactly, yeah, so I can give it that extra, so I know that for sure that is actually tightened. And then because it's close by, maybe I should have flipped it over. I got a little tight because you guys are watching me. I'll go up here, so I'll just clamp it down in here. And then once these two are good, I'll just release it there as well. And then from then on, I can just go on one side and just continue to string. So.
All right, so Chris, we just got the looks like we just got the mains done. Looks like tension's pretty decent. All right, let's start the cross.
All right.
All right.
So, kind of the same rule of thumb, really. It's just I'll go 3.5 this time, arm's length. So 2, 3.5, 16 by 19, right? So what I do for the cross is, pretty much the same. Everyone does it. Is I look for this. I'll just thread it through.
Oh, you look for a tie hole. Okay.
Yeah, tie hole. So it looks like Babolat's for this new pure drive, the tie hole would be
one above.
One above,
Yep.
yeah. So what I do is I just tie a knot first, just to start it, to get it going. And then I'll just pull that through a little bit more. And then is that okay?
Yeah, you do what you want.
Okay. Right. And then.
I should teach you how to do a starting knot.
Yeah, did you want it? This is how I normally start it. So.
It's okay.
Yeah.
You do what you do on tour.
Okay, cool. So that should hold it well enough for me.
Okay.
And then what I'll do is I'll go through here. I'll just thread it through. So we'll go here. So what I know is sometimes is that it gets a bit tricky going underneath here because it's not much room. And I know there's people that do it faster weaving than I do, but
it's okay. It's okay.
I just take my own time.
This thing's free flowing too.
Yeah.
So there's no break or anything to stop it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So with this, with the Pro Stringer, you need to thread it through twice to get it set up.
Because you got the clamps going
Yep.
on. You need to do it that way.
Yes. So go under. So. Over. And then there you go. So once you got both through, tighten it on the side. So just making sure, yeah, okay. Yeah. Perfect. So just pull it a little bit, just to make sure.
Okay, so yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
And then what I'll do is I'll clamp it down here in between both, just to secure it. There you go.
So as you see, when I open it up like this, it basically has 2 slots. So what happens is you're holding tension with one, and the other tension on the other side is basically holding it together. So you're holding 2 tensions with one clamp. So you don't need a clamp that's actually stuck on like the table. So when you do something like that, right, you're basically using the tension of that to hold the tension of that. So it evens out. Chris. So that took about maybe 40 minutes there to get it done. Looking pretty good here. Let's take it off.
Yeah, sure.
I'm gonna get my ERT 300 ready. Let's see how accurate we got it. All right. So how many rackets have you strung on that machine?
Probably around 100 or so.
100. Oh wow. Did you know how to string before you got this machine?
Yes.
Oh.
Just gonna keep going, because you broke it.
33. Okay, so 33 is the number it came up with. That's dynamic tension. 33 equals to, it's a mid plus 48 pounds is what it comes out to. 34 would have been 49. So 48 pounds of tension is what we got from the machine here. We set it to what? 52?
52-ish, yeah.
Okay, okay. So my guess is if you decide to get a machine like this, maybe string it like 4 pounds tighter if you want like a true tension. But I'm sure, you know, Chris usually does your rackets at what, 52?
Yeah, 50 or 52 normally, so
yeah.
this would feel fine for me.
So you're tuned into that already with it. But I mean, if you want like a true 52 and you know you care about tension, you might have to jack it up about 4 pounds just to get it there. But I mean, I think I mean, for what it is, right? You know, you're saving a ton of money every year, thousands of dollars every year,
yeah,
on stringing fees. So that is, you know, a true benefit of you staying alive on tour, right?
Absolutely.
So, but yeah, that's a cool machine. All right, so that's the Pro Stringer. How much does this thing go for?
I think retail is around 900 right now.
Retail,
I have to double check. Yeah.
Okay.
But
So let's say under $1,000.
yeah.
Right. Get you a portable machine. So if you're a home stringer, or if you need something that's electric, portable, right? Don't want to spend a ton of money. Don't have a ton of space. Try this machine. Try this machine. I want to thank my man Chris here for stringing a racket with me with his Pro Stringer. So this is kind of day in the life of an ITF pro. I bet a lot of ATP pros and pros in general, right? It's life on tour, right? He chose it, and hey, this is the way to save some money. So thank you, Chris. Guys, thank you for watching Tennis Spin, where we put our spin on your tennis.